Hi everyone, welcome to another Transformers toy review. Today we're taking a look at one of the War for Cybertron figures from the Kingdom line, and this is Paleotrex. This is a Predacon figure, and it's one of the, I believe it's called like a fossilizer figure. So it's basically like the weaponizers that we've seen before, where you can pull pieces off them. They're essentially parts formers, so you can pull them apart and then put them back together again to transform the figure into a different alt mode, and then pull them apart again and use them as weapons, add-on bits for other figures. So you've kind of got three different options that you can go with them. Obviously you get the figure, him or herself, I'm not quite sure, just come with this kind of weapon, this kind of sword thing, which then forms part of the tail. Nice sculpt, no paint. You can kind of hold it either end really, depending on whether you want to have it as a kind of a club or more like a sword, I guess. I think they've got on the instructions holding it this way around. You get a collector's card. So this time I got Dinobot. So at least I managed to avoid getting another Black Arachnia. You get the instructions, which take you through how to transform the figure and shows you the Dino mode there, and there also the different configurations that you can have. And it uses Warpath as an example just to show you how you can armor up the figure there. So we'll show you those two as well. Should be fairly straightforward. So weird thing they've got with the feet there. So yeah, we've got that. The box is pretty nice. Rather than by the Arc, this one's by the Nemesis. And yeah, it's a really cool look for this one. Obviously it's just kind of like a pile of bones that transforms pretty much, and all the normal stuff around the back and the sides. On the back here you get a picture of Paleotrex in robot mode, dino mode, or skeleton mode, whatever you want to call it, showing you how they all kind of fall apart or come apart and then can be used to accessorize other War for Cybertron, Kingdom figures, or any other figure that you like. So that's that. The figure herself, so as I mentioned, himself or herself, I'm not sure for some reason. I keep calling her herself. I'm not sure if this figure is supposed to be male or female. Can hold the weapon just fine in their hand, so that's not a problem. It's got quite long arms. You know, they come all the way down. You can kind of get around that by kind of putting them in some poses. The claws are really quite goofy looking because they're essentially the feet for beast mode. But if you kind of get them in some positions where they're kind of looking, you know, this one's going to claw into something or onto the side, it doesn't look too bad. But yeah, if you're going to have the figures down like that, it does look a little bit goofy. You can swap around the arms, have them on different sides if you want to. So yeah, you can do that. There's sections here where you can plug on different bits and pieces, or you can peg things on here. Inside the legs, you can hold on the arms here as well. In terms of articulation, well, I'll show you the actual face sculpt here first of all. It's really nice. It reminds me of one of the kind of Beast Hunters figures, or like sort of one of the Predacons. I can't remember who it was, but very similar face sculpt. But it's done really well. It's on this kind of like almost like coffee coloured plastic, but they've done this kind of weathering where there's a sort of darker brown over the top of it, and the yellow eyes really look nice. And the head can move up and down, and it can rotate all around. It can actually come off, which is part of the weaponizer gimmick, and it can also fold down as well and you can have that look, which makes this one look definitely a lot more menacing. But it's cool that you've got both options. When you have it down like this and pull this off as the accessory, it very much resembles the mace that Optimus Primal came with. So that's where that's kind of like a nod from. I thought that's a really cool thing to do. So you could armor up Optimus Primal with that if you wanted to. The arms rotate all the way around. Again, you've got this nice paint added over the top, and they've not done too much of it either, and in the right places. And again, this an even darker brown here, and then on the leg it starts off with the cream color and then goes into the dark and then into the kind of dark plastic. But it looks really, really nice. I like the way they've done it. On the chest, they've gone for again another kind of brown and the Predacon symbol on here. The arms can go all the way around. In fact, they can come out up and down to there. You've got swivel here. It goes all the way around. Swivel there, back, and that just rotates around. There as well. The arms, hands go side to side. Claws open and close. Much the same as the other side, the kind of weathering that goes down. It's done very well. Rotation at the waist. Again, some nice weathering on the kind of ribs of the figure. The legs are a little bit scrawny. You do get some paint on the crotch here and on the ribs that then become the kind of thighs, which looks pretty good. I think it's a good way of doing things. The legs can go all the way up and back to side. Even a bit of rotation at the top there, and the legs can bend back to here. They can swivel round there. You don't get a tilt in the toe, but there's a kind of a bit of you can do it up to there, but if you want to get a good pose, you can kind of just move it slightly so it doesn't make it look totally weird. And you've kind of got this bit at the back here just to give it a bit of extra support, and it's an extra couple of pegs there if you need to plug anything in, and a hole in there for the like a flight stand if you want to do that as well. And that's the view from the back there, so not too bad. In terms of getting this one transformed, I think probably the best way is to just kind of unplug everything. So I'm going to do that. First time I transformed this one, I kind of tried to keep most things intact, but it's actually a lot easier just to kind of pull everything apart. This bit stays like it is actually. Pull this off, pull these bits off here. The head stays as it is. Pull this bit off here. Pull that away from there. I think these bits stay on. I think after no, actually these bits come off. That's fine. So that comes out. The head bit pulls out like so, and this bit will swivel around and basically you kind of plug into there. So you've kind of got the first part of it, the dino jaw to it, and again there's really great sculpting on this, and lovely paintwork as well. It's done pretty well. So then you've got this piece here, which is going to become the ribs. So plug that into there, I think, from what I can remember, he says. Not sure if that's right. Maybe this bit turns around in here. Right, so these where there's a bit that has to plug into this middle bit. So this bit actually goes underneath. Yeah, so what happens here, I think this bit does need to plug out that way. This bit will plug in down at the bottom here, and that bit will fold over, and then there's a bit that plugs in at the top. Which is this bit here. So this bit actually kind of folds down a little bit. This bit plugs into here, like that. And then it kind of also plugs into the side there, like that. And then you can fold that around and plug that into there. So it's a little bit weird because literally everything is kind of swapped around for this mode. Okay, so you've got then these kind of two stumps at the back here. What have you got coming out of there? I'll double check, but I think then this bit, no. Does this peg onto here then? And that's the end of the tail bit there. And then these are for the legs. So these kind of peg in like so. And that's going to rotate around like that. And then you plug these into the back here like that. So I think these bits kind of stay as they are, I think. I can't really remember, but I'm sure they do. And then you then plug in the feet in underneath. So you see it's starting to take shape. And then same on the other side. Pop this bit down. Plug this in. Plug this in around like that. And then this bit goes underneath, is it? Yeah, there's a couple little plugs here. And it just goes in underneath here like that. He says. Is it that way around? There we go. So it fits in that way around with the Predacon symbol facing you like that. So then straighten up the dyno mode. Like that. And that's kind of your dinosaur mode like that. So it's pretty good actually. You know, in terms of he is literally like a skeleton. You know, the tail can move up and down, the legs go all the way around, out to the side, bend there, these swivel round. You know, the feet move up and down here, this moves in and around. You've got bend there, out to there. It's got teeny little claws here, and they're on a bull socket even, and they rotate around. The head can move back, forward, close all the way, and then if I can get it open, it can open all the way there as well, and that's kind of view from inside. You've got various different ports on the beast where you can put things, and stands pretty well. Looks good. And you know, here's like Warpath, the deluxe class figure alongside this one. So quite tall in beast mode, this one for a deluxe. Looks quite diddy in robot mode. I think Dino mode is probably how I'm going to have this one. I've actually pre-ordered another one. So you know, I think what I'll end up doing is having one in beast mode and one kind of as weapons and things lying around for the other one. So I'll show you that configuration. So I'll get everything kind of dismantled of this one. I'm just putting my instructions just to one side just so I can kind of see how they've got them set up. So yeah, so unplug these, unplug that, unplug that, and these, and that. So the first bit they show you is unplugging this bit from here. So I don't know what the best way to do that is. Probably to pull this down and then pull it out. So you've got one accessory, which is that, which can peg on someone's arm, like warpaths, like that. You've then got this, which can be held in their hand, like so. And then you've got these bits here. Now, basically these unpeg from there and unpeg from there. And then you combine them with these bits here. So you kind of, looking at it, you kind of pop them on the end of these. So that's a bit of an odd one because it looks... Oh, so it does still have these bits plugged in on the end. Okay. So I see what they've done there. It's basically they put these on like that. Like so. And then got these on, I think, like that. Yeah, I think that's... So I'm just double checking on the instructions at the same time just to make sure that's how they've got these kind of claws, because on one bit they're showing it one way and another bit they're showing it a slightly different way, but it looks as if you plug these into here. Obviously you can come up with any sort of configuration you want, but that is... I'll scale up the camera in a minute. I'll just get them all set up, but that is kind of how it looks. That's quite cool, really, isn't it? Yeah, I do like the beast ones more than the kind of weaponizer ones, I think. And then this here kind of becomes this kind of giant kind of axe thing like that. So old Warpath is ready for action there, and then you can also put on this little plate here like that. So that is Warpath ready to kick some serious. That is really good. I really do like that. Then there's also a different configuration that they show as well. So I'm just trying to work out what they're showing with the feet. That's really quite odd. I'll show you it, but I'm not really a big fan. So basically you unpeg these bits here and have these kind of going forward like they're cannons, like that. So that looks all right. And then the legs, they're showing that basically you kind of fold them over and have them like that, and then peg them on the bottom here. And that's how they're showing them, but I can't see how on earth you're going to get this guy to stand if you do that. And that's how they're showing it like that. I'll do it on both sides, but I really don't see how that is going to work. Right, like that. It's kind of like he's on stilts. Will he stand? Oh my god, he does actually stand. Yeah, so that's something. And then they show you mixing up the armour again. So like you had the sword, but you basically combine it with this piece here. Looks like, and peg it so this bit opens up and pegs into that bit there, like so. That opens up like that. Oh no, shows you basically having it like that. Oh, I see. And then just plugging it on the other side of here, like so, and then swapping this around, basically like this. So plugging it in like that, and then the other side of here. A little bit tricky because you have to sort of maneuver the yarn piece out of the way a little bit, and then peg that on like that. So I'll try and get, and unbelievably he stands up. I don't know how, but he does. It's really quite weird. It does look, it looks pretty good actually. In hand, it's quite surprising and pretty sturdy. I mean, if I just get this going again, you know, he stands up all right. Kind of. It's so weird. You wouldn't think stand up at all like that, but you can get him standing up relatively easily. I've sort of moved him back a little bit now. It's funny, I got it first time and now I'm having a few issues doing it, but yeah, he does stand up okay. It does look pretty weird with those kind of feet sticking out at the bottom of him. It's kind of this skeleton exosuit. I think the first configuration is my favourite. I'll probably have, like I said, one set in a dino mode, another set where Warpath or Optimus Primal or someone like that. It's got all of his weapons on him. I think that would look really cool. Anyway, that's pretty much everything there's to show on this guy or girl. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What's your favourite configuration? Have you got this figure? How do you want to display them? You know, how do you sort of play around with them? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time. Stay safe.